Apple, Meta, Discord, and more tricked into giving user data to hackers posing as law enforcement.
Oh.
On Wednesday, Bloomberg
It will be assimilated. I am Michael Bloomberg. I am president of everything now. JK, I'm not president of anything. What a campaign he ran, though.
But right, yeah. Bloomberg reported that large tech services companies like Apple and Facebook gave user data to hackers who forged emergency data requests, or EDRs. EDRs are used to bypass warrants and subpoenas orders signed by a judge in cases of imminent danger to get subscriber information that tech companies hold. Hackers, with some now a part of Lapsus, wow, stunning, posed as law enforcement submitting EDRs using hacked email domains in 2021. The fake requests were made to appear legitimate, of course, using forged signatures of real or fictional law enforcement officers. Wow. Data released as a result of EDRs include IP addresses, phone numbers, and home addresses. That's a lot. Apple in particular is commonly cited as being more privacy-focused than other competitors, and now has a non-zero amount of egg on its face after heavily advertising that what happens on your iPhone stays on your iPhone stuff.
I mean, the second Apple agreed to have a data center where all their Chinese user data is stored, basically run by the Chinese government, you knew that what they were saying was just obvious horse.
Yeah.
So why do we even acknowledge Apple's privacy messaging at this point?
Phones are not secure devices. None of them.
Why do we? I don't get it. It's like their environmental messaging. Just fucking ignore it.
Yeah.
In one ear, out the other, ignore it. If you like the product, buy the product. But understand, you're just buying the product. That's it.
Life is constant PvP. You have to understand that a lot of these companies, like they are paying an actively large amount of people to go against what you should probably be wishing for.
Yep.
And trying to fight you and push you into situations where you think differently in a beneficial way for them. Anyways, moving forward. In response to the news, Meta said, "We review every data request for legal sufficiency and use advanced systems and processes to validate law enforcement requests and detect abuse." Although that clearly didn't work. So that's a very interesting statement to follow that up with. 1 second. No. Yeah, so there's some discussion questions here. How can we trust tech companies? You can't. To respect the private information they collect if they can be conned into releasing it to anyone who claims to be a cop. Well, you can't in the first place because if it's digitally transmitted at all, there's potential 0 days, there's potential whatevers. They could be, like, a lot of these companies are actually extremely good at security. Just to be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the point of ingress was social engineering tells you that their digital security might actually be great.
Pretty good.
But humans will always be a fly in the ointment.
And this sounds like pretty advanced social engineering.
Yep.
But you shouldn't inherently just trust anybody with your private information. You should try to be as careful with it as possible. Should EDRs exist? Whoa. Do the potential benefits of catching criminals outweigh the risks for consumers? I think that's maybe not the question for us.
Yeah,
I didn't even know about them until today. So I think weighing in on them I am unprepared.
I think it's finally time for us to do the de-Googlify your life video. It's going to be a ton of work, and I don't think it'll get a ton of views because by and large, people are not interested in it. They want convenience, but how to run your own, your own Dropbox on your own NAS, on your own network, and just have everything be walled off from big tech, I think is just something we need to just kind of,
even in those situations,
I don't want to,
like those self-hosted Dropbox things, it's still running some form of software. People are still going to be able to find 0 days for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
If it's on the internet, it's not fully safe.
Sure. There's nothing you can do about a 0 day. That's fair enough. But when we're talking individuals, I think the obscurity of the target
it helps a lot.
A great degree of protection.
Not entirely, though.
No, you're
Because
right.
some
By
of them-
that logic, nobody would be looking at people's unsecured webcams, but they do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I hear
Because
you.
sometimes you can just sniff out targets, and it's not
Yep.
even people actively doing it. They'll find a 0-day, be able to sniff out targets, and they'll just scatter shot and grab everything they can. And maybe there's some banking information, maybe there's some
sure.
other stuff, whatever.
But at least you're doing your due diligence. At least you're doing something.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So yeah, I think we definitely gotta tackle that. We gotta do that.
Thanks for watching, and thanks to Secret Lab for sponsoring this week's clips. Secret Lab chairs are engineered to keep you comfy, and with up to 5 years of warranty and a 49-day return policy, you're covered if anything goes wrong. Head to the link in the description to get your Secret Lab chair today.